City Council. My name is Darla Carey. And I have a letter, and it's actually addressed to me really. I don't personally know you, but I have crossed paths with you and some of your extended family. I was born and raised here in South Wilkes Barre, and I've lived here my entire 53 years. My children attended the same school as yours. We are neighbors and good citizens of this town. I know of Wilkes Barre's past, but I'm afraid of its future. You were elected by your fellow neighbors because they trusted you to do the job you were elected for. You should be ashamed of yourself for what the city has become. Are you that blind when traveling around town how disgraceful it is? I know it can't take one person to keep our city safe and respectable, but you have turned your head on us. We're afraid. No matter what you may think, you need to start listening to us as our mayor. Remember the elected position you took? It wasn't just to have a mayor next to your name, was it? You promised us a revitalized city, a good town to raise families. Show me where. Take your blinders off, put your phone away, and stop your antics and listen. Our home, our city, has gone to the dogs. Living in Barney Farms doesn't exempt you from the rest of us. You are our fellow neighbor. You grew up here in a time when life was simpler. You knew what it was like to play outside, meet friends in the park, ride your bike, and not have to worry about being robbed or shot. Don't you think our kids of the city deserve the same quality of life? The elements that is filtered in our city are attacking each other and taking our lives away. You're self-centered and you're selfish. I'm not even going to talk about the political end of things. Your job as our elected official is to protect your fellow citizens and keep our neighborhoods safe. You're not doing that. Our police can't keep up. Crime is not down. It's just not reported to us. You need to start doing your job. Walk the streets, observe, talk with your neighbors all over the city, and listen to us. Barney Farms is not the whole city. The square is not your whole city. No more bars. We have more than we need. Whether you like it or not, we are all equals here. Sure, some of us are more educated than others, but it doesn't change the fact of the matters at hand. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or a realtor to see how bad things are. You're not above us. You need to be fighting with us to return our city to a clean, safe, and comfortable environment where we aren't afraid of stepping outside or going to the corner store. It's not safe at night for people coming or going to their place of work. If you can't do that for us, then you don't belong in your position. Is that too much to ask? Your neighbor?
Absolutely not. And, you know, I'm about outraged and upset as any one of you. I do walk the streets, and there's individuals in this room that see me in the crime neighborhoods, that I go up and down the street. As recently as this past Saturday, the individual said to me, I saw you on my street at 4:45 on Saturday, right after I came from church. And he asked me what I was doing there. I said I was seeing how things were going. I go up and down crime-ridden streets every single day throughout the city. I walk the city. I walk it at night for exercise. I walk from my house up Academy Street, down Franklin, down Sanborn, over Sullivan. I'm out there. You just don't see me. I'm out there. People do see me. They recognize it. We've worked hard to turn the city around. We have done a great job. This administration, this police department, working hand in hand with council. You may not want to believe that crime is down from 2003. You may not. And the police officers are the ones that report the crime. They're the ones. It goes into a computer and it goes to the state police. They're the ones that report the crime. I don't think our police officers are hiding crime. We certainly aren't. But we've worked hard. And we're going to win this battle. I said it Friday with Senator Casey here and our state representative, Eddie Kaczynski. We're lobbying hard in Washington and in the state government for more funding to hire more police officers. You should write your state and federal officials and tell them, put that funding back in the COPS program, put it back in the bulletproof vest, put it back in the weapons so we can buy better equipment for us. We've done that. We've purchased new guns, new bulletproof vests, new police cruisers. But they expect that and they deserve it. We've invested $7 million over 10 years just in police equipment. And I've hired more police officers, and we are down now, but the economy has been bad, and it's not allowed us to bring money in to hire more police officers. I would love to hire 20, 25 more officers. I was the one back in 2004 that cut every single department in the city of Wilkes Barre and hired more police officers. Every single department is less today, except for the police department, since 2004. I have done, the first thing from the truth is turn my head on crime. I'm out there. I'm out there every single day. I don't work 8 hours a day. I'm out there 16, 17 hours a day. I told you, I mentioned before, last night in the cooperation of state police, I've heard the complaints from the Sullivan Street, the Sanborns, the Academy Street, the South Franklin Street with the prostitution problem. We took 5 off the street last night. It's not a one-night thing. We're going to continue to do that until we clean up that neighborhood. And I made a commitment to those residents because I talked to them. Our staff, our senior staff, walked Sanborn Street on a tour. We were in backyard. We were looking for code violations, health violations. We spent 4.5 hours down there back in May. And we're going to clean that street because those neighbors deserve it, as does every city neighborhood. And as I said before, and people laugh, and let them laugh, because I know what's going on out there. We do have safe neighborhoods, but we also have neighborhoods with pockets of crime. And we're going to address them. As I said, we just increased our violent crime unit to 6 officers. They do nothing but stay in the high crime areas. And I ordered that. I ordered that with the chief. I met with the chief and the 2 captains yesterday. And we've been talking for the past 6 weeks about how we're going to fight this war on crime and drugs. And as long as there's a clientele out there for drugs, you're never going to get rid of the drug dealers. Just last Friday, did you see in the paper? Charles Street, drug raid. 5 violent drug dealers right out of Charles Street. We've been watching that house for how long, Chief? Months. You need evidence. You just can't go knocking down doors until you have the evidence, and it takes time to get the evidence. Otherwise, they get acquitted and they walk the streets.
How much your time?
Our officers arrested the gentleman that just allegedly murdered that man on South Grand Street 6 months ago, and he's walking the streets, and we arrested him again. Our guys have done a great job, and nobody wants to look at the statistics when they're good in the city's favor. And we've admitted, violent crime is up. It's up. There's nothing we can do but fight, and we're fighting it. And as I said, we're going to win this war. I told the news that on Friday with Senator Casey. We're not going to lose this battle. We're not going to lose our neighborhoods. They think they can take our neighborhoods? They're wrong. My commitment is crime fighting and the safety of our neighborhoods. If you ever want to go for a walk with me, feel free, because I walk the streets and I walk the neighborhoods that are bad. And we do have crime in Barney, by the way. It's not safe down there either. We have break-ins down there too. So if I'm sorry, I disagree with you. I have not turned my head on crime. I was the one that was getting criticized when I opposed fire departments to hire more police officers. Nobody was here to support me then. Everybody wanted to keep more fire departments open. I would love to keep them open, but my commitment was to hire more police officers, and we did that. And we're going to fight and fight and fight until our neighborhoods are safe and comfort level that you can sit on your front porch.
I can't sit on my front porch at night.
What street you on?
I'm on Main Street.
Okay, we'll increase the crime down there. Do you have crime down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Yes.
We've identified the high crime areas, and you'll see an increase in patrols.
I'd like to see you down there. I'd like to see your officers down there.
You'll see me. I'll walk down that street. In fact, I walked down 12 Mile Street, so I know right where you're at.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.